somewhat quicker once I find out how to get around all this. Do you guys count? Do they count? They count. Okay, forget about the dolmen. Forgot. Yeah, I was testing out my abilities on these guys.
I'm gonna show off a little.
I was testing my abilities on these plays with these enemies. Alright, so right outside the delve that you originally sent to. Just go there. They are plagued, but I didn't know if they were actually dead. They're in the process of dying. Oh, that looks sweet. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it already and you're interested to see it, yeah, the Arcanist series is on the Ebonheart Pact. The Sorcerer is this area. And my Nightblade is the Daggerfall Covenant. But like I said, there was that the very first series I ever created with Elder Scrolls Online, which was a Red Guard, and he went through all three. That was a very long series, lasted many years for me. I was glad to get to the end of it too. There were times when I just thought, I don't know if I'll ever get to it. Don't know if I'll ever get there. Alright, this is it. Alright. Indrik, be satisfied. So now I've got to go back to the Indrik. But not to the scribing altar, hang on. Do I get there through here and then I go through that? Let's see if that works. Use the way shrine for quick access to Scholarium. I'll use a way shrine, okay. Oh well. This is the way shrine, right? Yeah, but I'll continue to use my Dragonknight to progress through the latest content, because by the time the Nightblade, the Sorcerer or the Arcanist gets here, it could be a very long time. But in a way it will be good, because those characters will be able to replay some of the chapters I played years ago, which I've, may have forgotten quite a bit of. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. The Indrik.
Well done, mortal. You have risen to the challenge. One task remains. If I am to lend you my strength, you must lend me yours. Power for power. A wrong righted, and another step on the path.
What wrong do you want righted?
My own. One day, as I enjoyed the sun upon my pelt, I beheld a hunter tracking an Indrik and her fawn. The hunter moved in to claim their prize, and the hind perished. The fawn leapt for freedom, and the hunter gave chase.
What did you do?
I stepped in. I imbued the fawn with a wisp of my power, but in acting with haste, I acted unwisely. My power protected the fawn, true enough, but it gathered the hunter in its wake. Now predator and prey are trapped in a chase unending.
Saving the fawn was a mistake?
I granted my power to a being that did not ask for it, and did not know how to use it. The height of arrogance. A vice I have been accused of on occasion. Use the lens, find their trail, and release these poor souls from my power without focus.
Where should I start?
Seek the Fawn and the Hunter in a southern Auridon cavern. Del's Claim, I believe it is called today. Restore this ill-used power, and I will lend my strength to yours. A signpost on your path to master scribing.
Track the blessed Indrik Fawn. Oh, okay, it's the same delve I just went to before. Easy. I know it's costing me a decent amount of dollary dues to go back to out there to these wastelands from the point that I am, but honestly, I don't use the money for anything else. It just doesn't worry me at all. I use it to buy repairs, that's what I do. I repair things once in a while. That's really about the extent of it. There's been very few uses where, like say for example going to an auction, one of the guild traders to buy some material that I needed. But yeah, it's very few times that's ever happened. Oh, I went right past it. Hang on, that's where I want to go. Potential scribes looking for their first glyphs. Back into the claim. Alright, looking at this. Oh, we're going back to the same spot. Where we found that boss before it. Oh, hello. I shall follow you. Is an Arcanist there? Where did you go? We both kind of looked at each other like, is that really what did I really just see that? Where the heck? Zolthuxis? We're in Murkmire now, what? I see you. I love the way the light comes down all this, these ruins. The leaves and all that. Such a beautiful shot. Even the way it just hits those stairs. Like all of that looks just phenomenal. Get rid of my UI. Like, look at that. It's fantastic. I would encourage all of those people that just run through these things, just stop for a second and have a look around. The path continues. Dear Annie of Acropolis. We're on Somerset, where I began. Back at the beginning.
Come now, little fawn. You cannot run forever.
Come now, little fawn. You can't run forever. Love it. Tell you what, this has certainly been the journey. Oh, you're right, pal? Allow me to breathe some healing powers all over you. I don't know if that's how it works.
No quarry can escape me. Hounds after it.
Oh no, not the doggos. Gosh, this is ringing some bells. This is ringing some bells.
You are no keeper. Don't you see?
I don't know what year it was.
You were quite the challenge, little fawn. Another trophy for my collection.
Did you hear it?
Thicken.
Just so excited. Get away from her! I'll hit you with that ability. Nope.
Perceive, take my
Not
soul.
so big and bad now, are you?
You tell him.
Just as I said, my power overwhelms the fawn. A ward of that power now binds it. Dispel the ward. You are free, little one. Free to... What? Ah, of course. You may return with us if you wish. I will see both of you in my domain then. I will grant my promised power to the one that sought it, and offer safe harbor to the one that did not.
Into the portal we go.
The fawn is safe. My strength returned. And you have had a moment, I hope, to reflect on power and its wise application.
What happens now?
Now, as with Ulfsil before you, I offer you the sigil of the Indrik. You will take it to the altar and imbue my strength within. The power I pass to you will infuse every drop of ink, every sheet of parchment, each whorl and dot upon the page.
What does that mean for my scribing?
Until now, your mastery of the art was limited. With my support, your horizon expands. So too, the vision of your allies. I will ensure their efforts to explore and chronicle the contents of the Scholarium meet with success.
Nahlia's returned from the Mages Guild?
Your knight has returned, with allies at her side. But that can wait. Mortal, fable-bearer, friend, accept my gift to you, the power of a luminary of magic.
I accept this gift, Indrik.
You have completed my trials. You have shown wisdom in the use of your power. Take my sigil, join its essence with the altar, and let the ink flow once again.
A sigil representing the Indrik's commitment to the Scholarium and the altar.
With the sigil in hand, you need merely return to the altar. You will see, you will feel its power unfold, and know that you have taken another step on the path of scribing.
There it is. Can I pet it? Pats? Pats all around? No? Scratch under the chin? I don't know. Okay. Let us return and amplify the altar. Okay. There are some NPCs.
You don't see that every day. Nahlia's going to want to hear about this.
Good to see you again. You'll find her over in the East Wing with our newest arrival.
How to scribe? My Ulfsild, a short guide written on my final day in the Scholarium, an encapsulation of years of work for you. Select the grimoire you wish to make your own. The grimoires I've left behind cover a wide array of scenarios and magical applications. I hope you find one to your liking. Think of each grimoire as a framework. They are pure opportunity, ready for you to adapt to your needs. In time, perhaps others will learn from my techniques, and other grimoires might be created. I smile to think of my work living on. Define the focus of your scribing by choosing one of those scripts. I call them focus scripts because they define what a scribed skill truly is. Fire or frost, heal or harm, what will your scribing do? I've always associated the focus scripts with the griffin. So directed, so sure of himself in every action. Every skill must have a signature element. Signatures seem the perfect word for these elements, as these magical components make your scribe works memorable. I've discovered so many ways to allow scribing to interact with the goals and magics of other disciplines, other schools of thought. I collaborated with the dragon heavily on these works, her keen mind the perfect sounding board for these complicated ideas. It was indeed the dragon's idea to concept out scripts that might adapt to the fighting and magical styles of a person holding the parchment. We were never able to fully develop the script in my time, but perhaps one day. Finalize the skill by applying affix, benefit of your choosing. Every time I scribed a new spell, I found that there was this leftover space in the structure. These simple mystical additions were suggested by the Netch, a way to add a little something to fill that empty spot. Affixes are a way for you to nudge your work in a direction that best suits you or your allies. So many directions you might take them. Use luminous ink to craft your newly scribed skill. Created in collaboration with the Netch, the ink I use in scribing is merely to substrate to the power vested through the altar. It's meant as a kind of binding agent, a way to draw raw magica, thought, and intent together upon the page. Other notes: once you've scribed a skill or spell, you can always try scribing anew from your existing grimoire. Endless variations has always been part of my intent, provided you have the ink, of course. Not every script will apply to every grimoire, but this is a wonderful place to play, experiment, and discover. To me, that's part of the true magic of scribing. If you'll excuse me, some tired humor, all you have to do is build a locus of power, convince creatures of pure magic that you mean well, pour their power into grimoires, which you have to design, and develop luminous ink you'll need to complete your creation. Easy. I hope that all the work I've put into scribing is not lost to time. Good luck, whoever follows in my footsteps, and may the crow be your guide. Alright, so maybe we're gonna get a little extra here.
There you are. I wanted to introduce you. This is Chronicler Ferandil.
Good to meet you. Nahlia and I have been touring the library and I've already found, well, some terribly surprising things.
Ferandil is a chronicler, one of the best the guild has to offer. You two talk a moment, and then we can discuss what comes next.
Ferandil?
Chronicler Ferandil, at your service. Chronicler of tomes, scrolls, scripts, and otherworldly delights. I'm glad that I was able to make the trip. I think you'll find my skills quite valuable on this most unexpected expedition.
What is your role here?
I've been tasked with facilitating this lost art form you've rediscovered. Scribing. How novel. As I understand it, you will be contacting and convincing these luminary creatures, empowering the altar and all that.
How will you facilitate scribing?
I'll scour the complex for grimoires and scripts. I've already found quite a few, aided, perhaps, by that... what's his name? Indrik chap. I've never been led by a fawn to a trove of ancient secrets before, but it was an exciting experience.
Thanks, Chronicler.
Don't worry, I will do my very, very best to ensure I have what you're looking for. I take my role as chronicler for this expedition quite seriously.
Nahlia?
It's good to be back. I know it took some time to get us all down here. Apologies. Archmage Galarian and the Votary Commander needed significant convincing to turn this into a full-fledged expedition. How did it go with the crow?
I met my first luminary, the Indrik, and he lent his strength to the altar.
You just continue to impress again and again. With the luminary's strength added to the altar, who knows what you'll be able to accomplish? As you might imagine, guild leadership is very interested in the art of scribing.
Does that mean you'll be staying here in the Scholarium?
For the duration. You have more luminaries to find, this complex needs to be explored, and the secrets of scribing are just waiting to be teased from the past. What about you, friend? This expedition would be nothing without you.
I'm committed, Nahlia. Let's get to it.
Magnus be praised. We've secured supplies for a full-fledged expedition, you've allied with your first luminary, and the altar surges with new power. Not bad for a day's work.
Okay, so we've got a focus script, signature script, affix script, and another affix script. So we got healing. Used to learn the focus script healing, allowing you to add its effect to its scribe skill at the altar. Used to learn signature script Sage's Remedy, allowing you to add its effect to scribe skill. Resolve. Oh, hang on, it tells you up here. Adds healing over time to a scribe skill. Adds resolve, a buff increasing physical and spell resistance to a scribe skill. Adds off balance effect to a scribe skill. And then we've got 3 inks and a sigil of the luminary Indrik. Allows the purchase of grimoires and scripts from Chronicler Ferandil at the Scholarium, as well as access to the Scholarium's training room. Rarely causes luminous ink to be found on enemies. It's a sigil.
What happens next is up to you, be it griffin, netch, or dragon. We've gathered their fables in the main hall. If you have any questions, let me know. Except for what's beyond the unmarked door.
We don't know what's beyond the unmarked door.
We do not. Julian and I have already begun speculating based on some early hints. Our best guess? It's Ulfsild's private study. but I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Have you asked the crow?
I did, and she was a bit cryptic. I mean, especially cryptic. Sometimes it's hard to tell with a magical talking crow, but she seemed like she didn't want to talk about it.
Can we talk more about the Chronicler?
You mean Ferandil? I reached out to him while I was waiting for the Votary Commander to decide what she wanted me to do. I've worked with him in the past, and he's unusual, but he's the best at what he does.
He's going to be selling the things we find here?
Absolutely. We're relying on him to help us understand what's useful, what's valuable, and what's just scrap paper. He told me the altar is already vibrating along his transmutational axis. I have no idea what that means, but I think it's good.
It's vibrating? Okay. So what do we got here? Sigil of the Indrik analysis. Here now, adventurer, Votary Nahlia has asked me to try to describe just exactly what the power granted to you by the luminaries entails. I am new to the Scalarium, but rest assured I will bring the whole of my magical insights to bear on this subject. The great power of the Indrik, it seems, have set up harmonic reverberations across Tamriel, long dormant ley lines, much like the ones in the Scalarium itself, are awaking. Is that missing a C? Or is there a Scalarium? I don't know. Anyway, further research is required, but the immediate effect, I believe, will allow you to see scripts and luminous ink for what they are, portents of future power, rather than merely scraps of paper or dull and lifeless writing materials. Certainly, as well, the little fawn led me to a cache of scripts here in the Scalarium. Most exciting. I'll continue to search for more as you engage with the luminaries further, and of course, I will attempt to keep you updated on the discoveries I make. Good luck. Hey, buddy. Kale eyes your coin purse, muttering something incomprehensible Daedric to herself. Oh, you can get one of the Scalarium doors. Alright, there's furniture. I'm trying to read this. Kale, Assistant Chronicler, familiar to Firaldil, Merchant. This is Kale, my dear and beloved familiar. She has been with me for many years. Please give Kale the utmost respect and kindness as a vendor, Assistant Chronicler, and full-fledged member of the Mages Guild. She is a professional, I say, and will treat you well if you treat her in kind. Alright, so what do you sell? What are you selling? Oh, and now I know where I can spend my 50,000, my golds. Drag your weapon along the ground to smash a cone in front of you. Used to learn the two-handed Grimoire Smash. Now I wonder if these I can actually find myself as well, or whether you can only get it from this guy. Grimoire. Ulfsild's contingency. Imbue yourself with the magical runes of Ulfsild. These runes trigger when you cast an ability with a cost. The Traveling Knife. Twirl and throw an enchanted dagger at an enemy which returns to you after a short delay and hits additional enemies in the bar. Ooh, that sounds cool. Pierce the air with a shrill whistle, calling your mount forth to trample enemies in a line. What? I do like the shield throw. That is something one of my characters would most definitely like to have. Which would be this guy that I'm playing right now. But because I don't use my sword and board that often anymore. I don't know which one to get. I mean, I'll just get one to try it out. Let's get Trample. I imagine I just double click all this stuff to learn it.
Impress your friends. But of course you do. But of course you do.
But of course you do. So he's all about the Grimoire life. So these ones are locked to achievements. I'll buy that one as well.
If you're looking for something...
Oh, this one sounds good too. They all sound good. Like, I don't even know if I'll be able to use these, but... Traveling lot. Okay, weapon dual wield. I don't know if these are, I can actually use these on different characters or not. Like, it's account bound or count wide. Maybe we read something which said that it was. We sail for the horizon. By unknown. Found in the wreckage of Ragara, schooner on the shoreline near Hagath. Retained for posterity by scholar Churain Fear, and transcribed into this volume. We sail, I watch as Yakuda sinks beneath the churning sea as rain clouds swallow it from sight. Years of study sink with it. My life's work, my people, our culture, whole nations, vast cities, my people, gone. Those who live sail for life. We follow the path of those who came before, hoping for better, hoping for more. I write now to recall my last moments in my homeland before they slip away. We huddled on the docks, cold and hungry, all had suffered loss, but not defeat. We boarded the ships as the seabirds called their trills, their crest brilliant even against that grey sky, a song that always reminded me of my childhood, my mother's stew and watching the waves. Whatever may happen to us tomorrow, today we have survived. I write this not to ask for pity, no. To prove that knowledge is never lost nor taken, it still lives within me, within my people, for long as we draw breath and someone remembers. Right. Now, can I do this? Can I Hulk smash? I can do some damage, but I could also do some healing with it. So drag your weapon along the ground to smash a cone in front of you and do some healing while you're at it. Well, I'd probably want to do some magical damage. Some lingering torment as well. Pretty much the same thing like before, but I guess we have that smash. Alright. Two-handed magical smash. And there it is. I'll throw that on there. Ah, man, this is cool. The traveling knife, this was dual wield. Okay, so I won't be able to use this. Oh, actually, no. It's an enchanted dagger. Do I really need to have two? I imagine I do. I imagine that's how it works. So what about trample instead? This ability cannot be reactivated while your mount is already attacking. Okay, so again, throw all this on. Oh, okay, I forgot about this. I forgot about the ink cost. So I actually don't have any. So I won't be able to do this. Damn it. But I should be picking it up as I go out there and defeat enemies. Okay. So we got a whole bunch of quests here that I can come back to. I might, throughout the series, come back to it and get them done. Or I might do it at the end or something. But I would like to very much get back to the West Weald. The Path of Chaos awaits. So let's get Path of Chaos selected. And then go back to Skingrad.